welcome to Puzzle Master. Today I'm going to be showing you the solution for the Hanayama claw puzzle, which means I'm going to give you the quickest way of getting those fish in and out and around the claws of that crab, and then how you can do the reverse to put it back into its original position. Now the claw puzzle is a level 2 out of 6 on the Hanayama difficulty scale and a level 6 out of 10 on the Puzzle Master difficulty scale. And if you don't already have the claw puzzle, then you can pick it up from our website puzzlemaster.ca. And without further ado, let's get on with that solution. Okay, so here we have a fully assembled claw puzzle. So for solving this one, obviously there's two way arounds to hold it. We can go this way or this way. I'm going to keep it in this position the whole time. We will be using some grooves that are on the opposite side, which for you will be easier to just have a quick glance, check where the hole is, and then come back. But to make it easier for you to follow along top, I'm just going to stay on this side as much as I can, unless I'm struggling to find one of the gaps or can't quite get the movement right, then I'll quickly flip over. But so it's easier for you to see, I'm going to stay on this side the whole time. So we've got the big claw on the top left, and we're obviously starting in the top left position as well. So there's a lot of different movements to this one. The first one is we're going to come down and into this position in here. Once we're here, we're going to flip over and use a gap on the back of the crab to get into this position in here. Once we're here, we're going to get right as well, as far to the left hand side in the left hand claw as we can, and then we can just squeeze around this gap, and then we can connect to both claws in this position. Now, a mistake I always make with this one is trying to twist up this way, whereas we can't, because this gap in here is too small. So we have to twist around this way before we then come out of the gap, and so that we are just connected to the right hand claw. Once we're in this position, we're going to come around, and where are we going to go? We're going to twist it around even, and we're going to slide out of the claw so that we're now in the middle of the crab. Next, we've got essentially two moves to do. We're going to come back in to the right hand claw, and then we're going to use a gap on the back on the right hand side to go straight back out and into this position here. And we actually separate the two fish across the legs of the crab, just like that. And for reassembling the claw puzzle, we are essentially just going to reverse the moves that we've done to separate it. Very important, we're going to keep the crab in this position all the time, the same thing we did to take it apart. So I'm not going to be swapping from side to side, because it will get much more confusing than it needs to be. When we are reattaching the fish, we want the head underneath and the tail on top. You can actually get to this position the other way around, but a few moves in you will get stuck and you won't be able to get any further. So make sure when you're sliding on top or sliding on, that the tail of the fish is on top of the crab when the crab's in this position. So we're going to slide on into this position here, and then we're going to use a gap that's under here to slide back into the right hand claw. However, we're going to go straight back out of that right hand claw using the gap under here, and we're going to end up in this position here. Once we're here, we're going to turn it over and come over this top gap into this position. Then we're going to use a gap that's under here. We're going to connect to or back to the left hand claw in this position. Now we need to flip over, but we can't flip this way because this gap in here is too small, so we have to flip the fish around this way. Then we have to move the fish in as far left in the left hand claw as we can, so that we can just squeeze around that corner. And then when we're in this position, we're going to use a gap that's underneath here. So we flip around so the head of the fish is on top. We slide out of that gap in there. And then we bring the fish down to the bottom position for the final move to get back into the left hand claw of the crab. And that is how we reassemble the claw puzzle. So there it is, that is how you disassemble and then reassemble the Hanayama claw puzzle. For me personally, when I was first doing this one, I sort of didn't expect it to actually separate the way that it did, but which was a nice surprise. And to say that there is sort of just two small pieces with a few little gaps in it, the amount of moves and the routine that you have to take to actually separate it is very clever. And hopefully this has helped you solve the Hanayama claw puzzle for yourself. If you want to pick up more puzzles just like the claw puzzle, then check out our website puzzlemaster.ca, where we have the biggest variety of puzzles on the internet in the world. Until next time, I will see you later.